Hey, it's Big Game James McCarty, the sports director at Flag Family Media. We're now with Dragon women's basketball head coach Karla Nelson. Coach, you had a tough week last week, but you have an opportunity to have your team rebound this week. What are you looking forward to, your team, and what have you worked on this week to try and improve on some of those blunders?
Well, against Minot, it was good to be able to grit that game out and then to head to Bismarck and end up playing a really good Mary team who really took it at us and took us to the woodshed and exposed us in a lot of different ways. That's hard to regroup from. And, right now the only choice we have, I guess you have two choices. You quit, you give in, or you continue to grind. And, hopefully our team continues to grind it out. And, I don't think we've played well since the second half of Crookston. So hopefully we can kind of find that energy that we need to finish up the season here on a high note. But you know what? It's as players, you have to take responsibility and kind of, like I said, grind your way through this and figure out ways to win basketball games.
And at this point of the season, there's 2 weekends left for you. Mm-hmm. Every team you play is a repeat team at this point. With a young, youth-filled team and now having seen most everything at this point, how beneficial is that for your squad to now be able to see them? For example, this weekend, we get Wayne State Augustana, both at home this time.
Well, it should be beneficial, but, I actually don't really think it matters. I feel like really what matters is where we are mentally and how we're able to prepare. In February, really, when you have experienced teams, they understand the preparation part. When you're inexperienced, it's just like any other weekend. The one thing I did talk to our team about is, we need to win this weekend, and if we do, we're going to secure a home playoff, and that's very important, and I want them to feel the pressure. Some people are like, don't talk about it, don't talk about it. I'm like, talk about it. Like, understand what really being in the race feels like. And right now we're actually in a race that is hotly contested by, the bottom half of the league. And it's kind of like your own bottom half championship versus the top half championship, right? Mm-hmm. And you know what? You need to take this opportunity, get yourself ready. There can be no excuses, and you got to come play. And it's no different than high school basketball playoffs. It's no different than any of that. You have to come ready to play. And
this Saturday, that game against Augustana, it's senior afternoon, and you have a couple of graduate students, so I'd imagine you still kind of go through that. If you could, just the viewer, the listener, walk them through a little bit, kind of how does that senior day go, pregame or postgame, depending on how you go about it?
Well, right now we have 3 that we'll recognize, and that'll be Olivia Skibble, Ashley Gustafson, and Sarah Kingland. She'll be graduating and just doing her student practicum next year. We'll do an introduction or a presentation after our game, and the parents will come out. They'll take some pictures and just wait for us to acknowledge and say thank you to those 3 for all that they've done. And they've all done different things in different periods of time. When I think of them, it brings a smile to my face because they all have brought something different.
Awesome. And wrapping up our conversation here this afternoon, the biggest key, or maybe a couple of keys, to being successful this weekend in the middle of this NSIC hunt?
Well, we have to play better defense. I feel like, Mary got us on our heels and we just completely fell apart. I can't say that we have done that all year long. I think we've always went in with a good game plan, and I think for the most part tried to stick to that game plan. And last Saturday, Mary really just took it to us, and we just didn't respond. This week, we're going to have to respond. There are 2 teams that we can beat, and you're going to have to do it defensively and rebounding, and we're going to really have to be on top of our game there.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thank you for a couple minutes of your time. We always appreciate it. Good luck this weekend. We're looking forward to watching a couple of games.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. I'm Big Game James McCarty, sports director at Flag Family Media. Have a great rest of your day.